Hey there everyone, it's AJ and it is time for another video. And in today's video we're going on a journey. Now this video is somewhat of a personal video. It delves a little bit into my mind, as last week I wasn't very well. I had laryngitis, which was bad enough, but due to reasons I won't go into, I also had a bad bout of anxiety too. Around the middle of the week I decided that I needed to ground myself and I meditated. This is where it gets interesting. I played some soothing relaxation music and lay on my sofa. I didn't even light any candles or anything. I just closed my eyes and for 30 minutes I allowed my thoughts to drift to the calm of the music. I don't recall if this has ever happened to me before, but during my time meditating, this time certain animals started to come up within my mind. First of all, there was a little dog, a white terrier, scuttling around up there somewhere in my mind. Then I appeared in my studio, and on my chair my very own cat Pandora was sat beckoning me to come and create. My mind then flashed to a butterfly, and it took me towards the next animal, a large sea turtle trudging along the land. Atop of that was a monkey riding the turtle's great shell. I'd meditated for half an hour and I'd seen some interesting things. Everything was in black and white or grayscale, which I don't really know the significance of. I did, however, want to find out if seeing these sorts of things while meditating meant something particularly. The sea turtle being on land, for example. So I searched the internet for an answer and found a really helpful website. I decided to draw the animal I saw, and that's what you're seeing now. My drawing of these creatures in a sort of layout that has a bit of flow to it. I will also post the link to the website that I used. I literally just clicked on the first link that I found, so yeah, just take it and leave it really. I figured it would be cool to tell you what I found out about each of these animals. Each one has something that I've been able to take away from, so let's begin in the order I saw each animal. So the dog, terrier. When a terrier type of dog makes its presence known to you, you must persevere with your current project. It doesn't matter that you don't see any results from your hard work right now. The point is to stay committed to your goal with faith and courage. Your determination will pay off in the long term. Well, that goes without saying really. I'm a creator and I've got lots of projects going on. I know all about how long it can take to do certain projects such as novels and things. So that kind of just instills that sort of keep persevering and keep going with what you want to do. I'm not going to necessarily see any results with my hard work right now, but in the future I should start to see certain results and things. The next animal was cat. Now the cat symbolism is all about communication. Their messages generally embrace your ability to communicate with those around you or with the spirit and astral realms. The mystery of the feline and its secretive ways has always been intriguing. Many people believe that these slinky creatures are in constant communication with the spirit world. Thus, they are a bridge between the realm of the unseen and the seen. When the cat is meaning to come into your life, someone or something is trying to tell you something. Therefore, you must listen carefully and trust your intuition. Alternatively, the feline can also be letting you know that you have the power and magic to create anything you want out of your life right now, which is what I've mostly taken out from having seen the feline cat symbolism during my meditation. All you need to do is believe in yourself. Also, you should trust that you have all the tools and skills necessary to accomplish what you desire in life even. In other words, don't hesitate. The time to focus on your dreams is now. So that's kind of, the dog and the cat kind of came in very close to one another, and I think they both kind of signified a similar sort of theme there, and it's about focusing on your like sort of dreams and goals, and that is what I'm going to take from seeing those. The next one is the butterfly, which, as most people will probably guess, butterfly signifies massive transformation or change. In essence, this insect is asking you to embrace those changes in your environment with your emotional body. This physical transformation of energy around you is taking root and expanding in ways that may surprise you. It also behooves, I have no idea what behooves means, but I'll go and check that out and flash it up on the screen once I've done that, you to release any expectations you might have about the outcome of this change. Moreover, do not try and control it in this case. This spirit animal insists that you must follow it to the flow through and around you. The butterfly meaning may also be reminding you to get up and move. Dance brings the sweetness of life. Those insects will bring colour and joy to your life. Look at them and remember what joy is. Embrace it with all your heart. Now, in my meditation, the butterfly was actually the only one of those creatures that I saw that actually had some element of colour to it. It wasn't intense colour, but it was noticeable. And this actually, this like almost, I kind of saw that particular colour between each time I saw a new animal. So I think the butterfly was kind of like there throughout, going through changes, which in the piece that I have made for it, you can see that with the sort of like swirling flowy thing that I have put in there. The butterfly symbolism could also be reminding me that we're on a long journey of the soul, and as a result of this adventure we encounter endless turns, shifts and conditions that will cause us to morph into ever finer beings. Ultimately, at our soul journey's end, we are inevitably changed and not all the same as when we started on the path. Next, there was the sea turtle, which was on the land, and I'm not sure, I couldn't really find anything to suggest what it could mean that you see a sea turtle on the land. Obviously, they tend to struggle more on the land than they do in the water, so perhaps maybe that's something to do with that. But what that note lets you know is that your progress in creative endeavours will become a lot smoother. Thus, you will encounter less resistance to your efforts, and you will now be able to finish those projects without interference. Alternatively, the sea turtle symbolism is reminding you that you must balance your creativity with practicality. You must consider both aspects if you are going to be productive. In other words, you need to plan things out a little more and be patient. Which, again, it's going back and instilling what I saw with the dog, the cat, and even the butterfly. So it's kind of like they're all mixed in together there and sort of telling me that sort of similar sort of message, which is quite interesting. Also, occasionally the sea turtle's meaning is a warning that you're relying too strongly on one or two prospects. Thus need to expand and increase your productivity by adding a few more leads. I'm still not 100% sure what that means. I think that sort of means like rather than focusing on one thing, I need to sort of like focus on a few others as well, just to make sure if one of them doesn't head off on a dead end, I've still got something there to go with, which I kind of already do anyway because I've got so many different open projects. It's unreal. So that's sort of like where that's going there. And then finally I had the monkey, which I kind of had an understanding of what this was on about anyway before it was, because the monkey was sort of like on the turtle shell, should I say, and having a bit of like fun and stuff. So in this case, the monkey symbolism recognizes that playfulness and entertainment are useful for the soul. Therefore, the spirit animal is reminding you or me that these things should be included in your day regularly. Basically, I need to make sure that I also have a bit of fun, which can sometimes end up not happening if you are focused on an intense project and things. So these animals have a strong capacity for compassion, understanding and bonding, all of which is a part of our human social makeup as well. And they serve to remind us that our journey on this planet is not a solitary one. So that sort of basically means that I can use other people, not use as in like abuse or anything like that, but use other people to help me become better with my creative endeavours and work on my creative endeavours. And not only that, but I've got to remember that without other people to consume my sort of creative endeavours after they've been produced, there's sort of like almost no point. There's no point me like doing a piece if only one person like myself is gonna see it. Obviously there are personal pieces that you can do, but it's always nice to have that sort of people to come back to and talk about that sort of stuff. When it comes to solving problems as well, this creature represents how your ingenuity and resourcefulness to solve problems. And alternatively, the monkey meaning is a symbolization of your ability to solve all problems. If you're honest with yourself, you'll be able to resolve any issue you come across. Monkey symbol reminds you to make sure that you're aware of all options and all ramifications of those options. So it's about understanding that will always be I even said it literally a moment ago. Ramifications of any sort of endeavour or choice that you make. Overall, this was a very interesting journey for me, and I'm glad I went on it. Almost all of these aspects apply to some part of my life and hit home something significant. So now for a little bit on the piece itself. So to begin, I sketched out the animals I saw. I initially did these really spaced out, and in the end I got a little frustrated with trying to draw my cat, so I slammed my phone down on the desk and did a photo and copied the photograph of my cat basically, and that was so that I could reference her. Once I scanned in the pieces, I put them into Clip Studio Paint and changed the layout and sizes of them. I then printed it out and did another drawing on top, which really refined the sketch. When it came to colour, I knew that I didn't want to do much colour with this piece. In my meditation, there wasn't any colour except for the little the butterfly. It meant I really only had greys to play with, so I took to the challenge. Like with all my traditional pieces I've been doing recently, I did a light wash with the sepia ink. I didn't show that in the video this time because, well, you've seen me do it many times already. There's only so much you can do and show that. The same with the initial sketch of this, hence why you've only seen the arrangement on the computer. I added a light wash of greyish watercolour across the entire piece, and then used the same purpley colour that I used for the unicorn piece to create the only bit of colour in the entire piece for the butterfly, which I explained earlier, and the swirling wisp to link the animals together. Once that had dried, I then moved on to using a warm grey to apply some more detail to the animals, leaving the terrier nearly as it is because that was white in the meditation. I let everything dry because that's responsible. I've even cleaned my kitchen while letting it dry. Once it was dry, I then came back and applied pencil crayon, remembering to select and sharpen the crayons whilst the footage wasn't rolling to avoid there being no action in the video. I started to apply the pencil crayon. At some point I must have stopped the footage, but forgot to restart it again because I all of a sudden skipped somewhere to almost the end bit. Luckily I realised this, but it does mean that you miss a lot of the turtle and monkey details, which is disappointing because that's one of my favourite parts. I continued to apply the pencil crayon, layering it up, and once satisfied with it, I then added another wash of the purple colour on top of the swirl. This piece isn't highly detailed as it represents a little of what I saw or felt while meditating. Nothing was fully solid or in colour, so I wanted this piece to represent that, hence why it probably seems a little unfinished. I had a lot of fun doing this piece and I'm glad I went on this journey. Let me know in the comments if you meditate. Also, you don't have to say, but if you have experienced something similar, it would be great to hear about it. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video, and remember to subscribe too. It really does mean a lot. So until next time, I'll see you later.